Hello, hello! Perfidious Pete here, preparing to pay retainers out the nose as I engage a cadre of lawyers to defend me from L. Ron Hubbard's legal armada in XCOM, War of the Chosen. Turns out, it's a pretty bad idea to say negative things about the Church of Scientology. Old L. Ron, before he kicked the bucket, man, he, set up a pretty it's like a pretty entrenched mesh of legal defenses and legal attack formations. He's got a lot of litigious power on his side. And I'm beginning to wonder if maybe my own legal team isn't going to be good enough to keep me from winding up kidnapped and toiling in the Xenu mines aboard L. Ron's decommissioned aircraft carrier. It's a concern. I mean, it's not really. I kid L. Ron. He doesn't actually have an aircraft carrier. I'm pretty sure the only thing that's left in the L. Ron Hubbard armada is an old busted cruise ship that is reportedly riddled with toxic and deadly blue asbestos, which is why it's not leaving port somewhere in South America anymore, because legally it's not allowed to sail the oceans. Sorry, Elrond, how the mighty have fallen. Your mighty Sea Org, the non-Navy Navy, really is pretty much a whole bunch of landlubbers now. But hey, if you want to get initiated into like the 12th level operating Thetan or whatever the highest one is, you gotta go to Elrond's magic flagship to have the procedure taken care of. Like, that's the only place they do it. On the magic flagship. That's where you get this extra special Xenu powers that, you know, lets you implant thoughts in the minds of others and control the weather and shit. The weather control part I made up, but the planting thoughts in other people's minds, no, I mean, that's part of the whole actual deal. Yes, Pietri thinks it maybe sound a little bit like made-up bullshit, a little bit like made-up fiction from a man who actually literally made shit up for a living. That was his job. He was bad science fiction writer before he discovered religion much more profitable. Yeah, it turns out you don't have to be a great or gifted writer to come up with a crackpot theory, as long as you couch it and be like, no, this isn't fiction. This is actually my religion. People will be like, oh, well, suddenly I'm interested in being possessed by an alien ghost. All right, let's put a team together. And for somebody who said he wasn't going to fire any more shots at the Church of Scientology, I just actually spent the whole clip. So who do we want to take on this mission? I don't even remember what the mission is. I only remember that we took this one because it was the only one that didn't have an asinine sit rep. The other one was, one mission had the Lost and just no. And I think the other mission was the one where you only get to take 3 people and also, you know what? No. So we're going to go neutralize this field commander, which I think we get bonuses if we kill... No, on this one we just got to kill a dude. So, we're out to just kill a dude. We need any kind of Reaper then. Britney Spears is down for 13 days. Ava and No Tears Perone may have to... Do we need a Reaper, or do we just need a Ranger who has Phantom? All we gotta do is be able to see the guy. Alternatively, we could just kill everyone. This is another it's another option, Pete. You could just murder literally everyone. So let's go Reaperless. I hate not having a Reaper. I do like my Reapers, but I think we'll be able to get by with that one. Yuri, who is you love Colonel Britney Spears? Well, Colonel Britney Spears is not available. Morgan Freeman is still unbonded, so... Thurgood Marshall? You can bond with Kanye. Man, no, but Morgan Freeman is the most hated man in XCOM. The guy has been on 33 missions, and there's nobody who's even close to being his friend yet. Like, literally no one. His next biggest cohesion is with Sylvester Stallone, who's in love with Atlas King. Like, or not Atlas King, but rather in love with Taylor Swift, because Atlas King... Well, you know, Pete, they say one thing about a man who walks alone, and they say that that man is a lone wolf. I'm out on the prowl, Pete, alone. Lone wolfing it, looking for some hot, young, teenage... looking for roles to enhance the dignity of my profession. That's what I'm definitely looking for, Pete. Something to enhance the dignity of the profession. Yeah, whatever. So who do we want to back you up? I mean, Yeezy's friends with Thurgood Marshall. Let's just take... Actually, let's bond Yeezy and Thurgood while we're here. There's no reason to not do that. Yeezy, you and Thurgood Marshall can just be friends. Like, you had a bond available, though. Why can we not... Why can't we just bond you? I want to bond Yeezy to Thurgood Marshall, though. Like, come over here, edit. Soldier's bond, mate. Oh, he is bonded to Thurgood Marshall. All right, well, never mind. They already have a bond. A deep and abiding, almost mystical bond, in fact. So that's got us 2 Rangers, Grenadier, probably going to need a specialist. That's going to be Steve Irwin. Steve's down with Jane Austen. And you know what, Jane Austen, on this mission, since we just got to execute a man, you're actually a pretty good pick, except you're tired. Huh. What about Helen Keller? The Deadeye, who's your bond mate? You like Ava Perón, who's also... You know what, Jane Austen, you can just fight tired. I don't even care. We're not going to need you by the time that wears off. I think all things considered, it's going to work out just fine. And that leaves us with 1 empty spot, but we don't have another lone wolf. It's just Morgan Freeman up there. We could take Tara Reid. I mean, she's not great, but she's been on some... Tara Reid, do you have Blade Storm? If you have Blade Storm, I'll take you. You have Blade Master. Run and gun, teamwork. Who are you bonded to? Justin Bieber? No. How did that happen? Tara Reid and Justin Bieber talk about kind of a May-December thing. Abraham Lincoln is with Lindsay Lohan. Now, Yuri, you're with... You know what? Let's have Yuri fill in the gap here. His bondmate is going to be down for another 13 days. Yes, and also, Pete, I'm aware, just you cannot say no to Yuri's space helmet. Finally, outfit has come together and space helmet is beginning to look sensical. It is not looking like a ridiculous tacked-on piece of shit like it is in every other game. In this armor, Pete, space helmet makes sense. Little war suit there for you. Superior laser sight, superior expanded magazine. Alright, since you've... Yeah, we'll give you the best gun. Fusion blade is fine. You little blaster launcher. Get rid of that plasma grenade and have you rock some AP rounds for me. You're ready to go out there and find that young teenage dignity. Yeah, it's dignity. That's what he's looking for. Advanced scope, superior autoloader, superior expanded magazine, superior scope. That's our winner. Plasma grenade. You know what? Yeah, Yeezy, stick with the plasma. We're going to grab those blue screen rounds. Nothing fancy here. We don't need to mess around with the different assortment of granados. Let's just give the man the explosives that he needs to do the work. They're good, Marshall. You're already set, huh? Yep. They're good looking. They're good looking good. Looking thur good, in fact. He looking good. He looking thur good. You slur it hard enough, it kind of sounds a little bit like thorough. And Yuri, I'm sorry, but you're going to get the garbage equipment. Jane, Sporty Spice, Austin, you went on our last mission, and it looks like you're rocking the good rifle. Let's just double check. You are, in fact, rocking the good rifle. No hunter weapons yet for Sporty Spice. I think we got like another day before the research on those finishes. And that just leaves Yuri over here. Yuri, can we give you any... Nope. Let's see if we had any other armors or something available. You know what? We don't have a specialist, do we? Hold on a second. Oh, we got Steve Irwin. We just forgot to give him equipment. Hey, Crocky, mate. You overlooked Steve Irwin. I'm Steve Irwin, Pete. I'm the man in the clutch situation every time the chips are down. It's little Steve Irwin that pulls you through. How can you overlook me like that, mate? Oh, it's just so discourteous. So discourteous, mate. I'm sorry, Steve. But, you know, you're so solid, Steve, that I forget you're there. Because I always know what to expect from a Steve Irwin. I'll be like, you get a Steve Irwin, you know what you're getting. You're getting exactly what's written on the tin. Let's give you some venom rounds, Yuri. And back it up with, oh shit, I don't know. What if things get crazy, maybe we need a frost bomb. Who knows? Both of our mimic beacons are already employed. Let's do this. I'm not expecting an overwhelming level of opposition on this. We actually have to just go assassinate one dude. We can send the lone wolf, Morgan Kratos, God of War, looking for that hot young dignity Freeman out there to find the man, and then we can just have Jane Austen shoot him in the brain from really far away. Sure, that plan works better if we use a Reaper, but we don't have a Reaper. Also, at some point, I gotta remember to build a damn proximity mine. I keep forgetting my proximity mines. We could have given Yuri a proximity mine instead of that stupid frost bomb. Could have slipped up on the enemy, proximity mined them, and killed a bunch of them. Yes, Peter, could have. That would have been dynamic and engaging. Would have been solid battle tactic. Much better than walking up and throwing the Mr. Freeze bomb at them, and then I have to make Arnold Schwarzenegger joke. And let's all face it, Pete, that movie was maybe shittiest Batman movie ever made. Which is saying something, because Batman 2, the one with the Penguin and Danny DeVito, That movie was unwatchable garbage. Got to see that over in Eastern Europe there. Yes, in Yeti's homeland, we just got Batman Returns about 2 years ago. Finally debuted, and you know, progress is steamrolling, so we got to see other shitty Batman movie just came out this year. Last week I saw the Arnold Schwarzenegger one. He's bad. Batman and Robin is not good.
Menace 1-5, we're tracking the Advent General and his escorts, but we don't have an exact fix on their location.
Yeah, you kind of never do, Bradford, so... Okay, who do we want to send out to scout, then? Well, it should be not Morgan Freeman. He's the one man who can stay concealed if all the other chips are down. Can we grapple anywhere? No, I don't really want to grapple over there. Alright, so Jane, Sporty Spice, let's run you out here.
Headed there now.
And we see nothing. We should be able to grapple to a rooftop at this point. Yes, we can. So let's have Sporty Spice grapple up here. We're just looking to get a better view on what's going on in the map. Which we really didn't get. Well, I'm a little concerned. If we go to this edge and we're in somebody's vision cone down here... You know what? Well, we won't be in cover either, so if anybody...
We've got an enemy squad here.
Yeah, they're going to spot you on your next turn in all likelihood, because they didn't spot you here, but when they move or patrol, you're going to be just standing there in the open like an asshole. So that's not going to go particularly well, but...
Location confirmed.
We got a team ready to move in and try and come in with a little bit of day saving.
Rolling out.
So everybody's just going to make best available speed to get up here. These guys are definitely... Well, there's an Andromedon and a Spectre over there. We're probably going to wind up fighting them both at once. It's just par for the course at this point. We don't get to fight one thing at a time. We fight entire maps now. On the plus side, the one thing we don't have to worry about, we won't be fighting a Chosen. So at least we got that going for us. Also, Pete, you got the immortal Steve Irwin on your side, mate. What could possibly go wrong with Steve Irwin on your team? Well, the jig is up.
We're visible here.
Yeah, we knew that was going to happen. We're probably going to get shot for 8 trillion. Yeah, because these guys just shoot. That was unspeakably lucky, Yuri. No, Pete, it was not luck. It was magic space helmet. Luck had nothing to do with this, Pete. Avoided damage thanks to power and awesomeness of said helmet. But, you know, awesomeness only going to last so long. We in real deep shit right now. Yeah, you spotted a flanked enemy, who also should be, by the way, killing you. Yeah. Spotting Morgan Freeman once you've stepped on him ain't exactly... Oh, good. No, let's just get every fucking pod on the map to chain activate. That's perfect. So there are 10 enemies on this map, and we're fighting all of them. Well, we're gonna need a preponderance of mimic beacon this turn, so that'll be fun. Well, on the plus side, Sporty Spice can do quite a bit of work for us here. She's got 2 free attacks. We can use them both. Well, but she can only frostbite the shield breaker, so you know what? We're not getting any other use out of you. Go ahead. Frostbite that man, pull him out of cover. What else can you give me? A little bit of lightning hands. Not on the sectopod, although you do have Shredder. What else you got? Can lightning hands an Andromedon. Lightning hands that Spectre. Lightning hands that Elite Trooper. The other thing you're going to be doing, by the way, is throwing a Mimic Beacon. So we really need to... This attack won't shred. And that attack probably won't punch through his armor. That means the Spectre is our best bet for lightning hands here. He dodged it, but we still got a little bit of damage out of it. And then we're going to take another follow-up pistol shot because we can. Also at the Spectre. Alright, that's pretty solid then. And then Sporty Spice's last action is going to be to toss us a Mimic Beacon once we figure out where the hell we need it. Morgan Freeman. You we have options with. One man that you might be encouraged to deal with is Frozen. We could bring you over here, shotgun this man. That probably... Well, if we pump a rapid fire into his guts, he'll definitely die. Then we can Implacable Untouchable back over here and stand between these two. Not a terrible idea. That'll be another target who can't take damage. We need guys to get... We need to generate kills this turn. That's going to be a big thing. So, Yuri Novak, let's have you generate a kill right here on this Spectre.
Okay.
Yes, don't worry, Yuri will get... he gets the job done. I can actually kill him with Slash, which cannot miss. Yuri have this on farm, Pete. So, man is dead. Yuri has killed him. Now, Yuri will take Implacable move, and he is also... Yuri does not have Untouchable. Does he not? Yuri should be Untouchable. They have Implacable. Yuri is also untouchable. So Yuri would come over here and stand next to Andromedon, perhaps, and take him out of contention. Thurgood Marshal, we would also like to get a kill if possible. Thurgood Marshal can also get a kill for us. So between that, we actually aren't really gonna need Yeezy to do anything. Yeezy, why don't we just have you lace this Andromedon?
If you say so.
Yeah, there's a Sectopod still out there, and admittedly, he is a decided man. Yeezy could really work him over, though. He could also just kill... Why is the Andromedon so much harder to hit? Go ahead and light him up, Yeez. Double 89s here for Yeezy. Armor got shredded. We got the big 10-point critical on the lead shot. Follow-up. That guy's done dealing. With the combo plate, you know, we could have Steve Irwin go for the hack here. Hey, Steve, like, what's your...
Making new friends.
Yeah, I'm always making new friends, Pete. You wonder what the chances are to hack him? Well, Steve Irwin's an affable cat, sort of like that Will Rogers. Steve never met a man he didn't like. 78% chance, Pete. That's pretty good. Steve Irwin never met a man he didn't like, a bit like that Will Rogers cat. I did once meet a Stingray I was not particularly fond of there, mate, but, you know, it's maybe a subject for another day. Bit of a sore subject for old Steve, if you get my meaning. Alright, so Morgan Freeman, you need to kill anyone. So I think we're going to have you come over here and kill this elite soldier. You will kill him as well. So rapid fire, not the tank, though, and not the elite. Yes. Only a 95% chance here. We're right next to the guy. Pete, I believe I have found some of that dignity for which I was looking for. And then I'll come over here and make sure that this Blade Master ass champion ain't going anywhere. So that leaves Thurgood, the bench marshal, who needs a kill. We could have Thurgood just kill this guy. He would then also be implacable and untouchable. No. Also no. Definitely yes. It's overkill in the extreme, but really all we're concerned about is these guys not being able to be hit on our turn. This guy's not going anywhere, by the way, so we're going to step over here into this full cover. Steve, you know what? I think in this case, we go ahead and have you try and make... Ooh.
We could use one of those.
Crocky, mate, you know, I was just looking over here and realised, hey, Pete, there's a sectopod on the map there that we might be able to make some fast friends with. Actually, never mind, Pete. We almost have no chance to even shut him down. We've got a better chance of controlling the Andromedon than we do of taking control of the old sectopod there. 36%, that's pretty miserable. If we're going to be making a new friend, Pete, I feel like maybe we've chosen correctly. Sectopod seems to be a bit of a disagreeable sort, not the kind you'd want to invite to a party. So give me the control. He's done it. Steve Irwin is the world's greatest man. Hey, Crocky, Pete. Nothing to it. Well, once you've tailed the black mamba in its natural habitat, you'll find that simple things like coming over here and taking control of a little bit of an Andromedon, not really that big of a deal there. I did spawn another pod, though, because, again, Pete, we got to fight the entire map all at once. Well, there's not going to even get a moment's respite here. The whole map all together at the same time. Let's drop the old Mimic beacon out here. It's literally every enemy on the map this time, Pete. We got every single one, in fact. So, Yuri, let's get you over here.
On my way.
Yeah, that's where he's going. Don't worry, we have every enemy on the map here, so
on board that ship.
One's hacked, one's frozen. This guy can see the mimic beacon, so he has to take shots at the mimic beacon. Probably he's going to kill it. We're relying on... I don't know what you're doing. Now he's going to shoot at the mimic beacon? Now he's shooting at the mimic beacon. So here comes the death ray. Death ray did not kill it. This man also is going to have to take a shot at that mimic beacon, because he could see it at the start of his turn. And that just leaves one other enemy unaccounted for, and we have two people who are implacable and untouchable. This guy's probably just going to shield in all reality, though. Yep. Okay, all things considered, not a bad turn for us. Mimic beacon did its job. Here comes the commander. Yep, he's active now. Well, we knew that was coming. Fortunately, he did put himself in a relatively shitty spot. Alright, Steve. So, what can you skulljack? An elite trooper. That man. I see that you cannot skulljack the boss, though, which is kind of what we were hoping to have you do. So we got elite trooper or elite trooper. At the end of this elite trooper, we are at least still in cover. I would have loved to have gotten that shield bearer. It does leave Steve in a bit of a vulnerable position. You know what, Steve? We'll come back to you in a second. Sporty Spice, you're twice as nice. Let's see what we can get out of you. We can get rid of most of that guy's... shield. We're not going to get a kill. What else have we got? We don't want to hit the Andromeda. Can't kill the elite trooper. Can't kill the shield bearer. Can do a pretty good number on that guy. Also, we could just have you face. We could have you come down here to full cover and face off and shoot at everyone. I'd really kind of like to get some shred out of you, though. And somebody still needs to deal with Jimmy the Frozen guy here. Although I think the Frozen man is probably a Thurgood Marshall bait. Thurgood, can you... Double 99. This is almost certainly a kill. At the end of this, Thurgood Marshall is implacable and untouchable. That's acceptable. Didn't even take him, too. He got it on the first shot. And he killed him so hard the loot flew into Morgan Freeman's pocket. It's Pete. It popped right out of him like a barbarian squishing a corpse. In, what was that game again, Pete? You were about to make a Diablo 2 reference, I believe. And then you forgot how the Diablo 2 reference actually works. So Thurgood Marshall did have our other Mimic Beacon. Which means we're going to need to handle the Sectopod pretty much this turn. So Yeezy, who's your boy? Your boy is Thurgood Marshall. You know what? Here's what we're going to do. Easy. Let's keep it simple. Give me the plasma grenade. Just lob it down here. Get some shred. Maybe get rid of that cover. Then you give your bonus action to Thurgood Marshall. Thurgood Marshall deploys the Mimic Beacon, and that side of the field has then been policed. We'll keep them all taken care of. Got a salvo. Thurgood then takes teamwork action. Drops that on Thurgood Marshall. Who never remember, or never forget, is implacable and untouchable here. So we have Thurgood come down here. I think he takes his follow-up move and then just chucks the Mimic Beacon. Thurgood's implacable move comes to here. And then we're just going to go whoop, little Mimic Beacon. And let's keep it simple. Let's just toss it right next to a guy. That way nobody's coming gunning for us. Or the one guy that's likely to come gunning for us won't be able to hurt us because we'll be untouchable. And we can just ignore his shit for the most part. Andromedon Shell. Can you give us anything? I mean, you can go out here and soak up wounds, which honestly is sort of useful. Did you actually punch someone or do anything useful? Not as such. Well, let's just bring you over here then. I love that your slime trail preceded you. It's like prophetic slime. It knows where you're going to be before you even want to be there. It's amazing. And then I think we'll have Steve Irwin go ahead and brain melt this man. Although that will make Steve the more attractive target. Maybe we skull mine the elite trooper instead. This guy could AoE burst us though. Maybe we don't skull mine anything. Sporty Spice, I think we go ahead and have you take a shot at the sectoid, even though it's maybe not the best idea in the world. Morgan Freeman, you need a kill. Yuri, you also need a kill. Well, Yuri is not going to get a kill. That's the way that's going to go. Yes, Pete, thank you for denigrating Yeti's abilities. He appreciated it greatly. You know what? Yeti can get killed. Yeti can come down here and kill this man. He just needs to be able to see him in order to launch kill maneuver. Should be able to see him from this tile.
I'm on the move.
Yeti come over here, can see man, and now can launch kill maneuver on man. Yes, elite trooper. He dies to Yeti's hand. Yeti then becomes untouchable, because Yeti is an untouchable man. Nobody touches the abs, Pete. You must have permission from me to touch the abs. Otherwise, there will be no touching of the abs. Alright, Steve. Well, that only leaves you with like one solid target for brain mining, and that's that man. So I think we maybe just have you not brain mine, dude. Let's go ahead and have Sporty Spice get rid of this guy's armor. Good damage from Sporty as well. It does leave her a little bit vulnerable because she is just still sitting out in the middle of nowhere with no cover of any variety. That's not an especially good thing. Morgan Freeman, we could have you dash around over here. You do still... You know what we should do with Morgan Freeman? We're overthinking the Morgan Freeman bit. Freeman, you're not going to get a kill this turn, but that's okay. That guy has many more attractive targets to handle. First off, Mimic Beacon. Second off, there's another guy over there. And let's just go ahead and do this. Yeah, I'm not too worried about accidentally damaging my Andromedon. We'll get some solid damage on both parties here. Andromedon very badly hurt, but still on its feet. And then we can have Steve Irwin come over here and just take a shot at whoever looks tempting. Like, whatever target looks attractive.
We've got the objective in sight.
Well, Pete, call me crazy, but I think the old objective is a pretty attractive target there. Not that I'm saying, you know, it's because it's mission critical or anything, Pete. Actually, what I'm observing, the man is quite handsome. I mean, I've seen a number of, troopers in my day for the Advent Forces, and I gotta say, as far as troopers go, this cat, I mean, he's a good-looking dude, Pete. Who are we shooting at there? I can't tell. That's the Andromedon shell. That's the elite trooper. That's a sectopod. So this has to be the... Okay, that's the Advent General. Well, let's shoot at him then. 9 damage. And that man is standing in a blazing inferno, and he can't go anywhere without walking through acid. So call me crazy, but I feel like we've got a pretty good chance of taking that guy down. Remember, Thurgood Marshall is untouchable, so... Mimic Beacon's going to take the brunt of the damage here. Still on its feet, still grinning. Still looking great in those Buddy Holly shades, too. This guy's going to also go shoot at it. Wow, that one's going to sting when you get back to the barracks, isn't it? That's, I mean, that one's going to be, you're going to have a tough time living that one down, champ. This man should try and shoot Thurgood Marshall in the back. And miss because, never mind, they didn't shoot at all. Well... Easy ease. I'm thinking you just go ahead and discharge the old weapon. We could probably move you to a little better firing position.
I'm trusting you here.
What is there to trust? There's one sectopod standing out in the open that you can't possibly miss, and you can rip it apart with blue screen rounds. Plus, you're shoulder to shoulder with a god of war. You're standing right next to your boy Morgan Freeman. And since there are no, you know, very young, attractive ladies nearby, you don't really have a whole lot to worry about with Morgan Freeman. He's got your back as long as he has nothing else to distract him and take his mind off what he's supposed to be doing. Morgan Freeman's lights out. Steve Irwin's going to come over, give him the skull mine. Honestly, we probably should have just came over and shot that dude because there's no chance that Steve Irwin takes feedback damage. And every time we skull mine anyone, we always fucking take feedback damage and they wind up hurt. That was definitely not worth it. Feedback doesn't apply to armor, Steve. I don't know where you went to. Sporty Spice's only target there. Now, we should... You can grapple somewhere more useful. You can grapple to slightly higher ground. That's said more useful, though. That's not. Okay. All right, let's have Jane Austen hop down here. We're going to grapple her to that other building, and then we'll probably just have Jane Austen face off for a little, like, trivial bonus damage. You can't grapple to the other building? Yeah, you absolutely can.
Deploying grapple.
Jane Austen tossing a hook. And you can see, what, 2 guys? She's got 2 targets. I don't think we're really going to need the help. Hey, Andromedon. Think you could come over here and kill this man? Oh, yeah. All right. No, I mean, Yuri wasn't using any cover or anything. It's fine. Get fist struck.
Menace 1-5, kill confirmed. That's how it's done.
Yeah, we actually punched him completely off the planet, though.
Hostiles. We can't allow them to recover the general's body.
Working on it. Sporty Spice giving us 5 extra damage. Actually, you know what? It looks like we may have put Sporty in somewhat of a dangerous position, because when we killed this sectopod, and we are going to kill it, we might leave her vulnerable to getting, like, dying or falling off of that roof in a building collapse. We probably should have paid a little closer attention to that. No, we're not going to run and gun, though. Doesn't kill the sectopod? For shame, Morgan Freeman. For shame. He left it on its feet. Well, that means Thurgood, the bench marshal here, is going to have to... He actually does not have a good shot at that elite shield bearer. You can get a good shot at it. This guy blows up 2 tiles big. Let's just dash through here. We're not worried about the sectopod. We still got an no, don't shoot him. We got an answer for the sectopod. It's the same answer we have for every problem we've had on this mission, which is jam a shotgun in somebody's spine and start yanking the trigger. And don't stop till they stop twitching. That's always our solution to every problem. And there's a reason it's our solution to every problem, because it freaking works, that's why. Yuri, we're going to have you step over here, grease the sectopod, and problem solved. Yes, Pete, I'm not sure sectopod actually have spine.
Mission accomplished.
We did get Wounded Soldier, but the Wounded Soldier was, in fact, going to turn out to be Steve Irwin, and only thing we didn't kill was Andromedon Shield, which was still hacked, so... All things considered, solid mission, with except for Irwin dropping ball on Skull Mine. Should get helmet, Irwin. Space helmet will keep you safe from me. You know, Yuri, I don't appreciate it when you fire shots at Steve. 1, because he's a genuinely affable chap who never did anything to you. And 2, he's the heart and soul of this team. Well, Pete, got to say, it's nice to hear you say, old Steve Irwin's the heart and soul of this team. I mean, I know I'm not the highest ranked cat, still just a major, but it's not all about rank, Pete. I'm a clubhouse player, that's what I am. One of those guys you keep on the roster not because I'm great on the field, but because I'm great to have in a clubhouse, mate. What are you talking about, Dr. Tigan? Steve Irwin got hurt. It says lightly wounded right there. How was that not a casualty? Also, Jane Austen was fighting tired, so she's likely to also be injured here. Picked up an advanced stock. We squished it out of a body like we were crushing corpses in Diablo 2 with the Barbarian and a bunch of other crap we don't give a shit about. Dark event countered made whole. Oh, you want a hole? Perfidious Beat will make you whole. And Jane Austen is afraid of psionics, because now we just seem to get negative traits at random for no fucking reason, really. I don't even know what the rationale behind it is anymore. Anytime somebody's willpower goes low enough, I guess they just all get a negative trait now, which on Legend is super irritating because they take so damn long to get rid of. What I'd like to do is build another infirmary and use it for nothing but getting rid of negative traits. I don't think you can actually do that, though. I'm tempted to demolish this laboratory and see if I could build, in fact, another infirmary. It would be way more useful than what we're getting out of this lab, that's for damn sure. Back to scanning, then. Let's see what our next pointless mission is going to be. You know what? I don't care about beautiful or mysterious strangers. What were we doing? Oh, we were actually, I guess, working on Mysterious Stranger? Were we making contact or maybe building antenna? Were we just... Oh, we were mostly just dodging a UFO, right? I forgot that guy was out there. I'm surprised. I'm not surprised. I'm completely amazed that Bradford has not crashed into that thing yet. Okay. Yep, there it is. Mission locked. Sabotage alien facility. I mean, sure, we'll get to it eventually. Not too worried about the Avatar project progress at the moment.
We completed our research in
That's what I wanted right there, is my hunter weapons. So we got the Dark Lance and the Dark Claw both available. The Dark Lance, not that great. The Dark Claw, however, is fantastic. I mean, the Dark Lance doesn't suck. Improvements to precision bar. Okay, the sniper rifles now do an extra +1 damage. We also have improved vector rifles, which do +1 damage. Sweet. Oh, we actually have to research that, and it takes 10 days. But no, you know what? I would really rather.
The most dangerous of my 3 test subjects, the Berserker Queen, also represents the greatest leap towards the boundaries of what could be considered reasonable and ethical research.
You know, Dr. Valen, there is nothing that has ever been considered reasonable or ethical about your research. Why do you think Dr. Tigan is so abjectly your disciple? There's a reason he's following in your footsteps. Dr. Valen, you're so far past that line, you couldn't catch a bus back to the line. You're way too far gone. Way too far gone. Dr. Tigan, I hope you got to enjoy your Lady Gaga-esque meat suit autopsy. That'll just keep you busy for a while. We're giving up the improved damage on the Vector Rifle. I would much rather have the Berserker Queen autopsy. Our Vector Rifles kill things by executing them anyway, not with damage. Steve Irwin's recovered from his wounds. Okay. Yep, the aliens did effectively nothing this entire month, and we pooped in our mouths. You thought my progress was mediocre, huh? Alright, I mean, that's, gotta say, when I got my annual review, Dr. or Mr. Chosen, council member, whatever the hell your job is, when I got my review, I have to admit, that's not what I was expecting you to say. Plus, we got Sabotage now, which is excellent. All armor and vest projects and improving ground are completed. I mean, we should keep that one. Resource rewards on missions, we don't really care about that at all. I would really much rather have Sabotage. What's Information War? Information War is good. We're keeping that one. Double Agent is also good. Stay With Me is garbage. Trial by Fire, I mean, we want that one. We can either get rid of Tithe or Suit Up, because we're not really using either of them at the moment. We're actually at our capacity for the Resistance Network, too, so technically we're not using that either. But we want to replace it with Sabotage, because it's really good. I mean, when's the last time we built an armor, a vest, and a proving ground? Never. But we are about to build Berserker armor, so let's get rid of Tithe, and we'll replace that with Sabotage.
My client will obey.
Okay, we're going to ignore that. Steve Irwin has recovered from his wounds, so are we ready to go hit the Codex brain coordinates? Like, is our team back in action, or, like, who are we waiting on? I think we're waiting on a Reaper, right? We're waiting on Ava Perone? Yes, we're waiting. Okay, so we got to run another 2 days for Little No Tears to be back in action. We can kill 2 days, so that's fine. Shouldn't kill time, Pete. You should cherish it. Seize the day.
This will prove to be an important step forward.
Oh, okay. Berserker Queen autopsy. In her own report, yeah, we're gonna go build the Lady Gaga suit.
Borderline irrational for her to have pursued this research, knowing the incredible risks involved, not just to herself, but to what little of humanity as a whole remains.
Yeah, but she's so far past the line, Dr. Tigan. Not only can she not see the line, she can't catch a bus back to the line. She's too far gone. You can't save her.
Our research immediately.
Down to the old proving ground, which we haven't really been doing proving ground projects lately, but what the hell are we, what would we do? I mean, we're going to build the Rage suit, which should complete instantly. Yeah. Nearly impenetrable skin of the Berserker Queen. I don't know about that. We killed her while we killed her in like 2 shots from a Reaper. It can't be that impenetrable. I am stoked about having the Rage Armor Experimental Heavy Weapon. Though our heavy armor suits are already formidable project enhancement for our troops with some additional reinforcements, remounting points. Possibly we could equip even more advanced wrist-mounted weaponry capable of decimating enemy positions. Experimental powered weapon, huh? Oh, this is for experiment. That's for these suits, though. We don't need heavy. Why are you telling me to get heavy weapons? We have powered weapons, which are actually better. And also, we don't need them.
Sounds good, Commander. I'll let you know as as soon as the project is ready for deployment.
Yeah, we're just gonna have you guys start researching the hunter weapons because I mean, you should be doing something. I'm paying you guys, and I'd like to get something for my money. At least don't just be sitting down there playing Galaga all day going, yeah, we're getting paid to fuck around, Pete. Playing Galaga here and you're paying me 35 bucks an hour. It's unreasonable. Just at least lie to me so that I think I'm getting something for my money. Are you ready yet? Ava, don't you? She needs another day. Let's just finish this mysterious stranger. We'll take our assorted loot.
Our cooperation has
Technical advances. All right, our recent breakthrough. Beam weapons. Hell yeah, that's real good. New covert action. What do we got? Gain ability points. I like it. Recruiting a scientist, increasing income, gather intel, facility lead, don't really gain a resistance contact. That we could use. Breakthrough research. Skirmishers, bullpup rifles. Yeah, let's go out of our way to get an upgrade for a person who has never actually been on a single mission. Gather supplies, fabricate a PCS. A new resistance order is interesting. Reduce avatar project progress. You know what? +1 mobility is useful. And this doesn't require any, like, particular levels of guys. So that means it's like Justin Bieber and Tara Reid. There you go. Reber and Beeb. Ah, that's got to be their shipping name, though, right? It's like Benifer, or it's Reber and Beeb. They swap first letters. That's how deeply they love each other. Go do that. Reduce the avatar project progress force. And now we're ready, so next time we're gonna go hit the Codex brain coordinates, but this mission and this episode are both in the bag. Probably like I'm gonna be once L. Ron Hubbard's people hear about in my comments at the beginning of the episode. I'm gonna be in a bag, but I'm gonna be in one of those black head bags, like when people come up and just throw that over your head and then drag you into a van. That'll be me. Yep. Gonna get head bagged. If you want to, you know, see the output until I get head bagged, though, might drop a like down in the comment section. Support really does mean a lot. You can also subscribe. That way you make sure you catch every episode before the head bagging. And hey, maybe I'll even send you, implant some thoughts in your brain once they take me down to the magic L. Ron Hubbard ship and teach me to get my OT level to 8. It'll be sweet. The thought's just going to be, you should subscribe. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Probably on the high seas from the deck of an asbestos-riddled ship.